Well, hello there, you two, and welcome. It's 61 degree Tuesday, the 16th of May. Oh, May's even rocking right along. Next month we'll be halfway through the year. Next month on the 21st will be summer solstice, and everything starts rolling back to winter again. It all happens way too dang fast. Isn't that beautiful? All the fog in the hills up there. Boy, I hope we don't have the crazy storms like we had last night. That was some kind of nuts. But anyway, hope that BMW program's done. Hope the guy wasn't in a big rush last night. Probably with the storm coming, he probably wasn't in too hurry to pick it up. Big hurry to pick it up anyway. But let's hope that thing's done. But dadgum updates. But anyway, let's start off today. Come on along. Let's see what happens. Well, Mama, it's a whole lot sunnier here than it was at home.
Yes.
But I imagine probably the same thing's going there.
Mm-hmm. Burning off and gonna be pretty.
Only 67 today instead of, what was it, 82?
I know, when we got to work
That was crazy. We left yesterday, it was 88. And by the time we took our exit, it was 64.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's how we got all them storms.
Mm-hmm.
When cold meets warm.
There will be booming.
There was a lot of booming.
Mm-hmm. It was very cool though.
Yeah.
We never did it.
Yeah, that was really cool. Bang, crash. Oh, dogs, they didn't like that.
No, they don't think it's cool.
Yeah.
We think it's cool.
Well, Danny laying against the fence right against Sasha on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll protect you.
I know it.
Poor little princess. All right, Ma. It's Tuesday. Let's hopefully that BMW computer's done.
Yes.
And get that thing done and whatever else is coming today.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
You too, hubby.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I know.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Man, it's going to be bad news. Look at this. It's not even sitting at the halfway mark. This is what's done. All these are still queued. It's been running since yesterday. Man. Now I don't have a rack. Because this thing's all set to do the testing on it. I may have to literally put the thing back together to get it off my rack. I don't know what I have in front before me today, but that probably won't get done today. Crazy. Yay, I got it done. I hate adjusting people's windshields, but I can't stand that thing being up in the air. So, what I did is probably against BMW's rules, but Adam's, here today. He's off on Mondays. He's got a line of BMW. In fact, he's working, bless his heart, working on a K1600. And so I knew he had a slew of BMWs due. I need to get this thing done. So I crashed out of the update. It'll come back again. Make sure there's no runners. We're good. All right. Guy cruising around on a sporty sport bike. Woo, he's got his suspension set soft. Yeah, road minimum. That's freeway cruising right there. But if you have one of these and you decide, well, yeah, I want that super, like old 70s Cadillac kind of cruising float, because that's what it feels like. It's an old American car. And anyway, be careful if your bags are loaded. Man, that dog was so loud, he scared me. But because if your bags are loaded and you come to a gas station, all your buddies, you're all rushing to get there because you got a line of you that's got to get gas, and yeah, your bike will just, if the suspension is so soft, it'll just topple. The side stand needs to shorten by a few inches when you're in that mode. It'll startle the heck out of you, I can tell you. And then, whoops. So when I do that, I just got to make sure I change it to a different mode, kick it up, because that is mad when you're just doing those. There's always that section of droning freeway, and it's so nice to be in that road minimum. So essentially the way that works, road is like it's predetermined dampening effects, how it reacts, you know, compression and rebound dampening. And road, the second one, is the predetermined spring preload. And what I always use is dynamic and auto. Because dynamic reacts to you, just like he's got it in road mode, which is pretty mild. I mean, it goes good, but dynamic, if you get spunky, it'll react to that. If you're being super soft, it reacts to that as well. It's just like this perfect blend. But, you know, that can make you get a little squirrely sometimes, as in making bad choices in life. So if you get a little funky, just click the drive mode, not the suspension. It does affect each mode you put this thing also reflects with the suspension, and so you have these like 2 levels of adjustment. You can make your mapping mode, which affects the suspension, and then the suspension, which it changes. Like you can put it in dynamic auto in the suspension and change your driving modes, and it'll adjust. I don't like that he's got his ABS turned off. It's kind of freaky. Stop somewhere and see where he's got his, well, let's just do it here right quick. It looks like it's got a triangle. I don't know if that's, yeah. So it's on. How do I, ABS, off and off. I want on. And that should be a long press. Come on. Make a short press and then a long press. So tractor control is back on, but ABS is off. I never turned any of that stuff off, so I don't remember. It's like one is a quick press. Probably won't do it while I'm moving. I don't know. I'll go double check. But ABS is definitely off. But it's off in the option. Anyway, there's a multitude of adjustments you can make on these things. I always leave my mapping in dynamic and my suspension in dynamic auto. But be forewarned, that is a tall position. But you get used to them. I only got a 29-inch inseam. I get people, I've only got a 31-inch inseam and they're too tall for me. I said, no they're not. You just need to get used to it. I have to admit, I was intimidated by these things. They're so heavy. And I always kept the suspension in low mode so that, you know, I had my little footsies hit the ground. But it's just like riding a modern dirt bike. They're super tall. You can't touch the ground both feet on those things. But that's the way you ride them. They don't have maps where you can turn stuff off. That's the way they are. And I can't do my little rub on you, love on you thing. It's got so much dust on it, I don't want to scratch it. So I hit something metal. Love you. I finally gotten used. I forget what they're called, these tires. When they first started these things coming in with these tires on there, they weird you out. They almost feel like they're flat. You kind of have this nervous feeling, or a not normal feeling. I guess not nervous, but it doesn't feel normal, the profile of the tire. So automatically you go, whoa. Well, he's got it set on tire pressure so I can sit here and stare at it. So look how this thing's heating up. And well, that's not BMW's term, but the TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system, it tries to compensate for the heat in the tires. I have them set exactly 36 up front, 42 in the back, and just sitting in the sun, they heat it up. So right out of the gate, it was saying 0.5 and 0.6, and I've been riding it. I can guarantee you, if you put a tire gauge on these tires right now, you're probably 37 or so in the front, and I don't know, probably 44, maybe more in the back. This is what your tire pressure is going to read, an actual gauge. But that sensor is paying attention to the heat of the tire and compensates. So ideally it's supposed to show you what normal tire pressure should be, even though it's literally and physically higher than that. But as you can see, it's not absolutely spot on. When it was sitting there running on my bench, they were saying 3642, but it sat out there in the sun for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Come on now, let's roll. Roll it, roll it. Woo! The gas prices are high here in town. I hate to think what super is. Dang. I think that's high. That is higher than what I'm paying for super. So I gotta hug that curve, because people just do not pay attention to their world, which means they're not paying attention to me. I don't care what you do on your own, as long as you don't hurt nobody, but I don't want you hurting me either. My mind's scrambling. I know how to turn that ABS on and off. I just can't remember. I mean, it's the one button. And if there was a fault, the ABS would be flashing. You know, when you first fire up your bike before you take off, it flashes. That's because it needs to roll like 3 miles an hour before it can do a test. So it does a quick test and the lights go out. A solid ABS, what you see there, is saying that it's turned off. Oh, that's Adam. He probably tinkers with this stuff more than I do. I put it in the mode that I like and I leave it. Now when you're out trailing with these things, ABS being off can definitely be a plus at times, because or traction control and ABS, because sometimes you want to steer it with the rear wheel. But a lot of times those Enduro Pro modes, you know, all that settings within that mode, you go into it and you can change the throttle sensitivity and the brake bias, all kinds of cool stuff. ABS on the front, off in the rear. These things are just getting too dang smart, I tell you. Sure is weird, this car is parked there all the time. 76 degrees. What does the bike say? Bike's saying 80. I'll probably believe the bike more than I believe anything else, especially these BMWs. These things got incredible temperature gauges. So beautiful out here. Incredible. I like it when it's like that. You just like constantly in your thoughts, you know. You just look around going, oh, it's so beautiful. I tend to say it too much, but I just kind of babble what's on my mind, and that's what's on my mind. It's so funny when that suspension's off. Hey, wombo, wombo. You don't want to go real fast in this mode. Just liable to get a little wishy-washy on you. Alright. Go in here and ask out. Maybe he knows the quick thing to it. I could swear it was a quick press for ABS traction control, which is that top button. Suspension is the bottom button. But I don't know. If that's not right, I need to figure out what's going on. Alright, thanks for coming on a ride from the GSA. I know this is a Black Storm something or other, but I think it's still considered a triple black. Alright. So I pulled up a manual, actually for the 18. So, you know how I was pushing and holding and it makes the traction control, it starts flashing and you can cycle between. Once traction control starts flashing, keep holding the button, then it goes over to the ABS. So you can see as they're both activated, you can tell they're activated because they're both flashing. Give it a second here, and those will go away once you start moving. If they're solid, that means they're purposely turned off. If you ever see that flashing while you're riding, either one of those, you got a problem. Something's wrong. Well, hello there, YouTube. I'm gonna strangle that Annie. Trying to get her to be quiet. Now she's trying to get Sasha to play.
Of course.
Usually it's Sasha trying to get her to play.
Yeah, they don't coincide very well.
They never get. They're never synced. One wants to play, the other one doesn't, and vice versa. Sasha that looks up, standing there like, you're just making a bunch of noise, girl. I'm not even going after you. Oh, there she went. But anyway. It's a fun day today. Got a bunch of stuff done. Got a test ride on a GSA. That was good. I defeated the BMW diagnostic, but somehow or another that thinks they got to get updated again. We'll just let it go on its own whenever it does it again. But this time of year, there's never a time for those updates to install.
There's not free time.
Yeah, there's never not BMWs flowing through there. So at least I know the way to get out if I need to. Probably not the smartest thing, but I got stuff I gotta do. But anyway, on that, I think we're gonna bounce out on you.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and you guys have an amazing Wednesday or Thursday.
Heck yeah. Alright. Hope it's not this muggy tomorrow. It's
I know,
muggy.
it's very muggy.
Yeah, you come outside and it's like, woo! You gotta go back in the air conditioner. It's all dehumidified.
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.